Hello friend, welcome back to my channel. Happy Saturday, I hope you are well. Today I thought it'd be fun to take you through my nighttime routine. I'm 28 weeks pregnant right now, officially in the 3rd trimester, and I haven't done a nighttime routine in quite a while. And so today I'm gonna take you through kind of what the nights have been looking like around here. Chandler's actually working out of town, so he's not home right now. I'm home alone tonight. I've had a busy day of work, and if I'm honest, I am so pooped. I've heard 3rd trimester is similar to the 1st trimester in terms of exhaustion and feeling tired, so I don't know if it's that or if it's just that I worked really hard today. I got through about halfway cleaning out my office, which is now going to become the nursery. Man, all that labor has made me tired. Before we get started, give this video a big thumbs up, and if you're not already part of the family, hit that subscribe button because I don't want you to miss any of my videos. I usually try to wrap up work around 5 or 6 p.m. depending on what we have going on during the evenings. I went a little late today. It's about 6:30, but I usually start my nighttime routine by showering so that I'm fresh and clean, and then come downstairs to make dinner. Now tonight, like I said, I'm all alone, so oh no, I'm making dinner for one. You guys though, I just put some carrots on the stove to start boiling, and the water's very purple. Well, I don't know if I should be concerned. Listen, we made these carrots the other night, and typically I just put olive oil on them and seasonings, and then I roast them, and they're so good. But they didn't taste right last time, like they were almost too hard, and they had been in the oven for a long time. And so I thought this time I would parboil them and like kind of get them already softened and then roast them. But apparently purple carrots don't boil well. I gotta get these out of the water. Well, they look fine coming out. I do not like the color of that water. Since I'm cooking for one tonight, I'm just gonna make some salmon and a little bit of orzo. And I'm gonna have these carrots on the side. I'm gonna try to half the recipe though, because I don't want a ton of leftovers, especially since I'm just eating for me. Air fry the salmon. One of my favorite things to do when I'm trying to cook salmon quickly is just pat it dry. Put a glove on to keep your hands clean. Just pat both sides dry, and then we'll season both sides with a little bit of salt. You can do pepper if you want. I think I'm just gonna do salt tonight. If you have skin on your salmon, you don't have to do both sides. Then I take a Dijon mustard. You can use any kind. The ground one works as well, but this is just what I had in my fridge. Squirt a little bit of that on there. I'm gonna take a little pastry brush and just kind of brush it on the top. And we're gonna air fry this at 400 for like 10, maybe 8 to 10 minutes until it's flaky. It's so quick and it's gonna be so good. Personally, I like to put parchment paper down at the bottom for easy cleanup. That way I don't have salmon guts all over my air fryer. Lay your salmon in, and look, glove off in the paper, wrap it up, easy cleanup. Perfect, now that's ready to go. Okay, both my orzo and my pasta both have about 10 minutes left on them, and so I like to take this time to try to pick up, clean up any dishes. I need to unload the dishwasher and get as much done as possible so that I have less cleanup to do afterward. Wow, that could not have been timed more perfectly. Oh yeah, that looks good. There it is. nice. Looking cute. Oh, I'm so ready to dig into this. Okay, now is usually when we go over to the living room and set up our tray tables because we love watching a show while we eat, except Chandler's not home tonight. And so I don't know what I'm gonna watch. I can't watch our show without him. We've been watching Heart of Dixie. It's a really old show, but it's so funny. If you've never seen it, highly recommend. But I never know what to do when he's gone. Like, do I start another show without him? Maybe I'll find one that I know he wouldn't like. Okay, the more I look at this plate, the more it feels really random to me, and I don't know how well these things all go together. It's all like kind of the same color too, which I don't love, but you know what? It's what we had in the fridge. Okay, the carrots are much better than they were last time. Parboiling it helped. Those are good. Okay, let's try the salmon. So good, y'all. It's crazy to me how easy that is. Literally, salt, Dijon mustard, air fry for 8 minutes. You'd think I was Gordon Ramsay. Okay, now the orzo. I also experimented with this recipe because I realized when I started it, I didn't have like half of the ingredients, so not bad. I was afraid it wouldn't have any flavor. That actually tastes pretty good. This is a win. Just made some raspberry leaf tea. This hasn't been part of my nighttime routine until literally today. Today's my first day. I've actually never had this tea before, but apparently once you enter the 3rd trimester, they recommend drinking raspberry leaf tea up to like 2 to 4 cups a day because apparently it helps prepare your body for labor. Now, I don't know what kind of magic is in this little tea bag that helps you do that, but that's what they're saying out there. So now that we're in the 3rd trimester, we're gonna be doing that, and I actually kind of love it because I used to drink tea a lot more than I do now, and so especially as we move out of summer and into fall and the weather starts to cool down, I feel like this is gonna be such a fun little cozy ritual that I can do every single night, and I'm really excited about that. It smells good, but it's way too hot. I love nighttime routines. Y'all call me crazy, but I genuinely feel like morning routines are way overhyped and nighttime routines don't get the love and attention that they deserve, because here's my theory. You can't have a good morning routine if you don't have a good night routine. But if you have a good night routine and you're intentional about how you end your day, I genuinely believe that you're setting yourself up for success for the next morning. So you might think I'm a boring grandma, but I love my nighttime routine. Honestly, it doesn't taste like anything. I wonder if it needs to steep longer. So I'm gonna drink my tea and catch up on all of my pregnancy books. If you're pregnant or you're looking for some resources, I've linked these down in the description box below. They've all been super helpful. I just started reading this, The Vaccine Friendly Plan book, which was recommended to me by a friend, and it's actually been really insightful and super helpful. I didn't realize how many choices you have to make as a parent when it comes to vaccines, and to be honest, I didn't really know anything about them. So I wanted to do some research before I started making decisions on what gets put into their body and my body, and this has been a great guide for that. So I'll link that one down there too. Okay, now I'm gonna show you something else that is going to become part of my nighttime routine starting tonight up until I give birth. There is this thing called spinning babies. A friend told me about it, and essentially it's a few different exercises that you're supposed to do starting in the 3rd trimester that essentially gets your baby in position for optimal labor and delivery. So in case your baby is flipped or on the side or facing the front, these positions supposedly help them get into the right spot so that you have good labor. Now don't judge me, this is probably gonna look really silly, but you're basically supposed to do like an assisted handstand. Let's see if I can do it. So you get on your knees, you're gonna go forward. You're not gonna rest your head, you're not gonna put any pressure on your head, but you're just gonna be leaning forward like a handstand, but you're on the couch. Can you see me? You do this for a couple minutes. I think technically you're supposed to have someone help you with this, but Chandler's gone tonight, so we're gonna have to make it work. And once you're done, gotta slowly come back up and rest to the top for a few deep breaths. So I have to do that every night. I ordered an exercise ball. There's a couple other exercises I have to do on the exercise ball, but I don't have that yet. The other one is like kind of like the cat-cow that you do in yoga, where you're on all fours and you arch your back and tuck your belly in and then out and then the hip circles. I need more space. And then the other one you can do in this position, I need Chandler for it, or a friend, is on all fours. You'll take a blanket or like a sling or something, and you'll wrap it around your belly and they'll hold it, like almost like they're holding your belly up. And then they'll kind of go like this with their hands, and they're holding onto the blanket. They'll go like this. I don't know if this like rolls your tummy. It just kind of massages your tummy. And apparently that helps get the baby in optimal position. That's another one we're gonna do. Okay, another new thing I'm adding to my night routine is dates. Apparently this is another one of the 3rd trimester hacks for helping your body prepare for labor. You're supposed to eat 6 dates a day. So I guess I technically don't have to do this in the nighttime, but dates are kind of sweet. And so I feel like this could be a good nighttime snack for me, because this is around the time where I typically open the freezer and grab a tub of ice cream, which I don't think is wrong. I'll probably still have ice cream, but Chandler and I are trying to snack a little bit healthier. And so this seems like a fun little snack I can have right before bed. I guess technically I could just eat the 6 dates, but that's kind of boring. I don't hate dates, but I also don't love them. So they need a little help. So I am just going to cut these open. If you have pitted dates, you want to take the pits out, just like that. You can stuff them with whatever you want. I think it's fun to put raspberries in them and kind of do like a PB&J situation. It does get a little messy. We're gonna start with the peanut butter. We're gonna put a little bit of peanut butter inside. Then we're gonna shove the raspberry in. And you're kind of gonna close it up like a little book without letting the raspberry explode. Kind of like that. Then I'm gonna do 2 just with plain peanut butter. And then I have this chocolate fudge cashew butter that I feel like would be really good. So we're gonna try a couple with that. You can use any nut butter that you have. Almond butter would be great too. I melted up some dark chocolate chips with like a little bit of coconut oil. Actually, these aren't melted super great. 1 second. Okay, once they're melted, I'm gonna kind of line these up and we're gonna drizzle it all over the top. Oh my gosh. Final touch, just gonna sprinkle a tiny bit of sea salt on the top. Look. Now you can put these in the fridge to kind of firm up, or if you're impatient like me, you can just eat them right now. So good. Oh my gosh. I just washed my face and brushed my teeth. I am in bed and starting to wind down for the night. I usually go to bed around 10 p.m. and so even though this seems early, I try to make my way upstairs and start getting ready for bed around 9 o'clock, because even though it seems like it wouldn't take an hour to get ready for bed and get in bed, it always seems to take longer than I think. And so if usually I head up around 9, by the time I wash my face, actually get in bed and like wind down for the evening, I can usually be asleep by 10. And plus these days I've been so tired, and so by the time we get to 9, I'm like ready for bed then. I feel like I'm sitting awkwardly because I've got my pregnancy pillow here in the bed. This thing has been a lifesaver, especially as I continue to grow, because sleeping has just been more and more uncomfortable. So it's kind of on and off. I'll have good nights of sleep and then I'll have nights where I just toss and turn and everything hurts. But this pillow has seemed to help. Before I go to sleep, I'm going to read this book. This is Draw the Circle by Mark Batterson. It's a 40-day prayer challenge that Chandler and I started actually just a couple days ago. I think we're on day 4 tonight. We've been reading it every night before bed, and so far I really like it. So I'm gonna FaceTime him in just a second so that we can read this together since he's not in town tonight. And yeah, that's my night routine. This is what nights have been looking like these days around here. I hope you loved it. I hope it made you smile. If it did, please give it a big thumbs up. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what's going on in your life. And if you're not already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you go. But thank you so much for watching, and good night.